Yo, it's Heritage, and welcome to my first official episode to the series of the Beat Breakdown. In this series, you can expect me to break down my most well-known beats while also giving artists the ability to recreate and make their own beats. After every beat breakdown, there will be a 60-second music review for 3 randomly selected artists that I chose for submissions. My main vision of this series is to prove to artists you don't need to understand music theory, read music, or play any instrument to make a beat. You just need to know what sounds good and what sounds bad. So with that being said, let's head over to this beat making process. I started off with this beat that I named Ark of the Covenant, and I made this beat to prove that this can be a quick drag and drop process. You can make a beat within 30 minutes really quick without playing any instruments. So I started off with this sample right here. In the next video, I'm going to show you the specifics how to create a beat. But in this video, I'm going to just show you the drag and drop process and how you can just drag samples and instruments and drums to make a beat. So here you go. Here's the first sample. As you can see, it sounds pretty nice, but it's missing a couple of instruments. So I specifically wanted to add a piano, and just to prove to you, you don't need to know how to play a piano to add a piano instrument. I got this VST called Arcade, and I searched up a piano instrument, and all I have to do is hold down the key and it will play the whole sample for me. So let me show you exactly what I mean. Playing nothing, I'm holding down one key. You can also do it on the keyboard, but I was just showing you that you can just hold down one note. Alright, now let me show you exactly what it sounds like in the beat. That piano that I just played for you, how it sounds together with that first sample. So here it is. As you can see, that is 2 instruments without me playing anything. I just held down one note and I didn't have to play a range of notes. I just held it down and it played that. So now, as you heard the main sample and that piano sample together, now we're missing some drums. So let me show you the same drag and drop process that I'm talking about. Let me throw these in there really quick. So first, for me, I start off with the snare. So here is the snare pattern in here. That's just the snare. As far as you can see, you can hear the beat starting to come together. The main thing about producing, as long as you focus on each single instrument and add them one in at a time, you will gradually create your own beat. So that's the snare, the piano, and what instrument is this? The guitar. So that's snare, piano, and guitar. So now I'm going to add in a hat to make it sound complete. So here is just a light hat pattern that I made. Really simple. It's still a little dry, so it needs some live hats to make it makes it sound a lot more realistic. And here it is. So you already got your guitar, your piano, your snare, your hat, and your live hat. So now I'm gonna add the kick. I usually save the 808 for last because I feel like that's the modern beats. The most important part, kind of, I would say, is the 808 or the kick, because people, they won't, for the most part, they won't jump unless they hear that knocking kick or that knocking 808. So let me show you. Let me start off with a simple kick pattern. With beats, you never have to do too much. Just keep it short and simple. So here's the kick pattern. Now here comes for the most fun part. It's the 808. So I'm gonna take off the kick so you can hear the full 808, so you don't hear nothing else drowning out that sound. So I'm gonna show you specifically how to build your 808 pattern, but for now I'm gonna just show you that I kept it synced with the kick. It's the same pattern, but I just changed up the notes a little bit. So here's one note, second note. It's just they keep switching up. This first note, and let me put it inside the beat so you can see exactly how it sounds. I took off the kick, so it's just the 808 and the other instruments. Now let me solo that 808 for you just so you can hear it without the beat. As you can hear, it's really simple. You never have to do too much on the beat. Just keep it short and simple and you will do fine. So far you got a kick, you got an 808, you got a live hat. Well, you got two hats, one live and one regular, and you got a snare, the guitar, and the piano. As you can see, it didn't take us no more than 5 minutes to build a kick, snare, hat, 808, a live hat, a piano, and a guitar. So now let me show you what the full finished product of the beat sounds like. And there you go, and that is exactly how I made Ark of the Covenant without playing any instruments, without having any recollection of music theory or playing any notes. So, and as you can see, that was a quick drag and drop process, and that beat I made in less than 5 minutes. So that concludes the beat breakdown. In this section, I will be doing a 60-second music review for 3 random artists that I chose for submissions. To this day, I'm still accepting music submissions. All you have to do is submit your MP3 file, your MP4 file, or your YouTube link directly to Heritvge at heritagebeats.com. So with that being said, let's get into this first submission. So first up, we got D Up Next. His Instagram is DEEUPNEXT30. D Up Next. So let's go ahead and do that review.
Yeah. Turn me up some. So. If I was gone, would you think about the things I've done wrong, or would you only think about the right? Would you continue to fight with me, or would you just come and hug for the night? I know the power of the mouth is strong, and so is the mic, so I'll continue to write. Try to show that there's a light to the darkness in sight. Yeah, people that claim they knew you couldn't even pick up the phone, so when you needed the most, you just felt so alone. And when you cut them off, they obviously feel they were done wrong. They wanna cry over you like they were there all alone. So if I was gone, would you think about the things I've done wrong, or would you only think about the right? Would you continue to fight with me, or would you just come and hug for the night? I know the power of the mouth is strong, and so is the mic, so I continue to write. Try to show that there's a light to the darkness in sight. Yeah, so if I die right here, would you cry right here?
That is 60 seconds right there. And before I give my rating, there's 3 things that I base my rating off of. First, it's a scale on 1 to 10. 2, the quality of the beat. 2, the lyrics and the flow of his lyrics. So, honestly, I'm pretty surprised at the vibe of this song. D Up Next, you got some cool vibes, bro. I'm looking forward to some more of your music. The first thing I liked is the message of the song. So now let's get down to the rating. I'm gonna give it a 7 because I still feel like it needs a little bit more work, but you got some true talent, bro. I'm looking forward to hearing some more of your music. So that's the first submission. Second submission, we are on to... So this is actually 2 artists on this song. This is Quandez and the Bill Bowers. Their Instagram is Quandez, as in QUANDEZZ, and the Bill Bowers at. And the other Instagram is the Bill Bowers, which is THEBILLBOWERS. So let's get into this music review. Here we go.
Stay solid. Don't switch up on your new. Everywhere you go, they come with you. Gotta keep the gang in the picture. Stay solid. Yeah, I treat them boy like brothers. Touchdown cause trouble. Cross gang go boom. Stay solid. My rah, I don't wanna talk. I'm with the gang, I'ma up this glove. Talking this, can't look that way. Stay solid. If they down bad, then I'm feeling they pain. Be wanting more dollar but change. My blood can't take it in vain. If you play with them, you bust out the frame. Got people depending, the must all remain. If this the knife in it, I'm in the game. Expect for no joy if ain't been in the rain.
That's 60 seconds right there. Hey yo, before I give that rating, y'all know that shit was hot. So that's Quandez and the Bill Bowers. The first thing I want to say is the lyrics hella flowed with that beat. Y'all did some real, true, cool work. Real props to y'all. Hats motherfucking off. So this is a collab song. So the rating I'm gonna give it a solid 8 because this is only my second song. We still got a ton of more music submissions to go. So the beat was hard as fuck. The lyrics was to me perfect, and the flow to me was perfect. So I'm gonna give it a perfect solid 8. Good work, Quandez and the Bill Bowers. Looking forward to more of y'all music submissions. So on to submission number 3. We got Sinister, and his Instagram is Dr. Sinister Music.
I'm lost, I'm found, I can't get around. You're gone, not home, and I'm all alone. You can't even look at me too. Gotta find my way back to you. I'm lost, I'm found, I can't get around. You're gone, not home, and I'm all alone. You can't even look at me too. Gotta find my way back to you. Gotta find my way back to you. You think you
For this song, I'm gonna give it a solid 6 because I feel like he needs a little bit more work, but I still feel like you got some potential. So, based on the rating, the beat was number 1, okay, and needs some mixing. Number 2, the lyrics are alright, it still needed some work. 3, and the flow still needed some work. I feel like you got potential. Keep listening to music, studying music, and keep posting and putting out more music. You got the vibes, bro. You gonna get there. So, with that being said, that was our 3rd music submission, and that concludes the beat breakdown and the music review. In this episode, I taught you how to make a beat without knowing how to read music, knowing music theory, or understanding how to play instruments. This is a quick 5 to 10 minute drag and drop process where I showed you how to make a quick beat from scratch. In the next video, I will break down all the ins and outs and the most important rules for you to make a beat. But in this video, I just wanted to prove to you that it can be a quick drag and drop process. With that being said, this is Heritage Beats signing out. I appreciate y'all sending in the music reviews, and I'm still accepting submissions. Go ahead and submit your song to heritage@heritagebeats.com and send us over an MP3, an MP4 file, or a YouTube link. Anything else will not be accepted. With that being said, it's Heritage Beats signing out. Go.